Hello everyone, this is Anastasia White. I am here to show you one of my amazing tutorials. So, everyone knows what AI art is, right? It's art that is generated by typing in some keywords and then the computer forms it for you. It's not really your own art, but a lot of people will like to pretend that they created it with their own hands. So I'm here to show you how to not be tricked by AI artists' false artworks. Now on the surface, these AI artworks look very impressive, but there are some key factors that make it really easy to deduce whether to deduce the flaws in these seemingly beautiful works and help you to realize that they're not as real as they look, or even as good as they look. Let's start with the first flaw that makes it easy to deduce whether or not AI work is AI work, and that's all the logical mistakes. This piece, look at it, unzoomed, looks pretty impressive on the surface, yes, but if you look at it, if you zoom in, you can clearly notice a bunch of flaws. For example, what the heck is this ear? This is not an ear, this is a bunch of scribbles. Now, if you think about it, the hypothetical human artists with this much talent would not make a mistake like turning the ear into a bunch of scribbles. That's illogical. Human artists might make technical mistakes like making the fingers on a hand too long or forgetting to add shine to the eyes, but those are technical human mistakes that an amateur could make. But this per individual is clearly not amateur, so why can't they draw an ear? And there's another problem that I have. Look at the hands. What even are those hands? You know how the thumb is like really thin and the hands kind of fuse into each other? That makes no sense. The lines are connected so poorly for what is supposed to be a competent, beautifully rendered piece. It makes no sense. Also, why is this thumb more blurry than the rest of the image? It's also worth noting that this arm is too thin and too short, while the rest of the piece looks to be generally competently drawn. Oh, and look, this building has an inconsistent height. It's it looks like the perspective is completely wrong. The same problems are equivalent here. Look at how Miku's hands are literally fused with each other. Also, it's important to know that all these ooh, look at the flesh-colored eyes too. That's always a red flag. It's important to note that much of these AI-generated images have generally the same style, which is a generic anime with really harsh lighting. It's especially harsh here, it's somewhat harsh here, and it is harsh here too. AI also does not understand perspective. If you look at this AI generated image, the background itself appears to be at a Dutch angle. It's skewed at an angle. However, the figure is completely straight. This makes no logical sense. A human artist would try to make the composition of the background match that of the figure or vice versa, but AI doesn't know what composition or perspective is. It just takes a bunch of pre-existing images and fuses them together in a Frankenstein mesh of horror to create whatever the heck this is. AI also doesn't understand logical logical happenstances. Like, as you can see, both the passenger and the driver are holding on to the wheel, for instance. A real artist would know that only the driver could use the steering wheel to move. It's also worth noting that that one of the drivers is looking away from the front window, so they can't drive properly. I hope these tips help you to recognize AI art for when you see it. Have a nice day. Goodbye, everybody.